फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल एग्रीकल्चर एंड जीके। मेरा नाम है चैत्रा। आज मैं आप लोगों से असम पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन APSC एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिसर का सॉल्व पेपर डिस्कस करने वाला हूँ। वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले एक रिक्वेस्ट है, अगर आप इस चैनल पर नए हो तो प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल एंड इस वीडियो को शेयर कर दीजिए और लाइक कर दीजिए। तो चलिए आज का वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। आपका पहला क्वेश्चन है, इन फूड स्टार्च इज डिटेक्टेड बाय इट्स ऑप्शन डी ब्लू रिएक्शन विथ आयोडीन and the cut surfaces of the fruits often becomes dark due to option D है oxidation of tannic acid assisted by traces of iron from the knife. Kant's anatomy is typical of which kind of plants? It is observed in option A, that is C4 plants. Buckwheat disease in rice plants, that is Oryza sativa, is caused by, it is option C, gibberellic acid. A monozomic organism can best be represented as, it is option A, 2n to the power minus 1. Sorry. Okay. Chemicals used for transmitting messages to the members of the same species are, it is D, pheromones. I think most of you will be knowing this answer. Tomato and potato belong to the option B, South America. Which part of the plant potatoes are born? It is born on stolons. Which saccharum spontaneum was used for introducing resistant to? This wild species was used in order to give a resistance against which kind of disease? It is option B, that is red rot disease, because you can observe most of the red rot disease in sugarcane itself. That is why this wild species was introduced in order to give resistance. Which of the following cultivar of rice was discovered by Dr. G.S. Cush and is most widely grown in the world? It is option B, IR36. Addition of which of the following is useful in rhizobial nitrogen fixation? It is option A, phosphate. Agriculture is considered to be most important sector in India because option C, agriculture sector contributes about half of its national income, but actually right now it is not contributing half, but it is contributing major amount to the national income. That is why this answer is most suitable. Which of the following measures have been taken to modernize Indian agriculture? It is development of an that is area under irrigation is also increased. High yielding variety seeds are also being cultivating. Credit and facilities to the villages is also been increasing. So the answer for this is all of the above. Option D. Here comes your assertion and reasoning type of question. Assertion is the growth rate in agriculture is small even after proper investment and planning. The reason for this is land reforms have not been satisfactorily carried out. The answer for this is option B, that is A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. What is tenurial system? इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, इट आइडेंटिफाइज द ओनरशिप ऑफ द लैंड एंड रिलेशनशिप ऑफ द लैंड ओनर विद द एक्चुअल कल्टिवेटर. Subdivision and fragmentation of land resulted in, It resulted in enormous wastage of land, obviously, uneconomic holding and destruction of enterprises. So the answer is all of the above. Which of the following kinds of budgeting should be followed while planning a farm? It is enterprise budgeting. Option A. Stock farming refers to. Option C. Farming concentrating on the rearing of cattle and sheep. स्टॉक फार्मिंग होते हैं कैटल एंड शीप का रेयर करने का एक फार्मिंग टेक्निक. Terrace is practiced mostly in option B on slopes of the mountains. Large-scale intensive agriculture involves agricultural operations carried on in densely populated areas. Option B. Irrigation canal system can be easily provided in an area which has. Option C. Dry plain. What system of irrigation is not practiced usually? It is underground irrigation. Option B. Canal irrigation is largely carried on in. It is Andhra Pradesh, AP. The maximum density of canal lines in which is present in which of the following states? It is in Uttar Pradesh. Option D. The National Flood Control Program was taken up in the year. Option C, that is 1954. What is meant by soil morphology? It is the physical structure of the soil. Option A. Black cotton soil are deficient in. I think most of you will be knowing that is it is deficient in. Option C, that is nitrogen. Soluble salt content of soil is determined by measuring its. Option A, electrical conductivity. Fertile soil consists of loam and humus. Option D. The principal cause of soil damage in Punjab and Haryana is. Option A, salinity and water logging. The biological control agents of soil-borne plant pathogens act by what kind of mechanism it is actually doing? They have given 4 options, that is secreting toxic metabolites, B. direct parasitism or predation on the pathogens, rapidly depleting nutrients and thereby causing starvation and death of pathogens. All these things will be done by this biocontrol agents in order to control the pathogens. So, all of the above ways. Rotation of crop is essential for. It is essential for increasing the fertility of the soil. Through intercropping, 2 crops are grown at a time. Option B. For seeds to remain viable, they should be stored in cool and dry place or else it will be spoiled. Mulching means spreading of mixture of wet straw and leaves for protecting the seedling. It is option A. Green revolution is a concept connected with. Option C. Discovery of high yielding varieties, especially in food grains. The crops which is sown with the commencement of monsoon is called as kharif crop. This is also very important question. Which is the long day plant? It is wheat. Option B. Wheat varieties which triggered off the green revolution were. Option B. Dwarf wheat. Green revolution has led to. Option C. Maximum addition to the wheat production. Rather than any other crop, wheat and rice were the highest in production during green revolution. A farmer is having 5 hectares of land. The average rainfall on the land is 20 centimeters between July and August. The land is suitable for cultivation of. Option B, jowar, because the rainfall is very less. Retting of jute is a microbiological process, that is option D. Which of the following products has Bangladesh emerged as the main competitor to India in the world market? It is option B, jute. The chief industry of Tripura state is option C, it is tea. You can remember T for tea, that is Tripura for tea. In which of the following areas of India the plantation of both tea and coffee is found? It is in option C, that is southwest region. Southwest region. Which of the following is true? Compared to tea, coffee is cultivated at the lower level. It is option B. Among tobacco producing countries of the world, the position of India is next to option A, US and China. US and China are the leading tobacco producing countries. The maximum opium producing state of India is option A, Uttar Pradesh. Sugarcane matures within a period of option C, 12 months. I think most of you will be knowing Adsali, Eksali, so it requires 12 months. Which of the following state is the largest producer of rubber in India? Without option only we can tell, that is Kerala. Yeah, it is option D, Kerala. For which crop is the black soil most congenial? Yes, it is cotton, option A. The seed of cotton plant bears relatively long hairs and much shorter hairs which remain attached to the seed. The shorter hair are referred to as fuzz, option B. When cotton plants are light green with lower leaves yellow, drying to the brownish in color, it shows a deficiency of nitrogen. When lower leaves are yellow, it is nitrogen deficiency. Which of the following combination of crops provide raw material for agro-based industries? It is option A. Cotton, jute and oil seeds. How long a coconut seed takes to germinate normally? It is 3 months. Orchids are multiplied by dividing clumps for pseudobulbs, from cuttings, seed and tissue culture. From all these methods, this orchid can be multiplied. That is option D. Which fruit occupies maximum area in India? It is banana. Area is banana, production mango. For which of the following fruits veneer grafting has been found to be the best method of propagation? It is mango, option C. The bark is not found in option A, date palm. Turpentine oil is obtained from option B, pine trees. Cinnamon is collected from the part of tree. You may be knowing it is bark, C. Name a cereal with the maximum protein content. It is option D, wheat. Non-alcoholic beverages are tea, coffee and chocolate. Option A. The rice production figures have shown a marked increase in northern and southern states of India. They are almost static in northeast states. What is the main reason for this? It is due to pest incidence is more in these areas in comparison to other regions. So pest सब कुछ डैमेज कर देते हैं, इसलिए उसका प्रोटेक्शन उतना ही होता है. The nutrient substance that get lost when the rice is polished, it is option B, thiamine. It is better to use red rice rather than polished rice. Of the following plant diseases, one which does not fall under the category of seed-borne plant diseases is option D, red rot or of sugarcane. The pest attack stored grain because of it is moisture of the grain. Option A. Manures are essential in agriculture to restore. Its answer है option B, lost soil nutrients, because manure is the one which provides nutrients to the soil. Definitely it will be option B होता है. The fertilizer that is used after sowing is option C, that is nitrate. The commonly present elements in artificial fertilizer are option B, potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus. Next question. Match the following. Fodder, in the first side you will be having fodder, compost, food crop, edible oil. You can easily match this. The correct answer for this is option D. For fodder it is straw. Yeah, you may be knowing the straw is nothing but it is a fodder. Compost, it is a manure. First one. Food crop, it is jowar. Edible oil, it is groundnut. Linseed is not an edible oil. Groundnut is an edible oil. Ranicate, a fatal disease of poultry, is a viral disease. Option C, viral disease. The gestation period of buffalo or cow is 300 days. Option C. The average gestation period of a sheep is about 268 days. Option B. The average number of young ones produced by Indian indigenous pigs at each delivery is option B, 4 to 6. 4 to 6 piglets are delivered at one delivery by the indigenous Indian pigs. Within how many days after hatching do the young chicks come out of eggs? I think it is, option C, 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, the young chicks are gonna come out. Then, the breed of cow which gives maximum milk is option B, Holstein. The fat content is maximum in whose milk? It is camel milk. Don't confuse with buffalo. The camel milk is having more fat content. Option C. A process that is almost reverse of photosynthesis is option A, burning of wood. Nematodes come under the category of plant parasites. Option C. The fertilizer containing nitrogen in amide form is option A itself, urea. Azotobacter is useful in fixing the nitrogen from air in option A, non-leguminous crops like rice and wheat. In case of a leguminous crop, it is rhizobium. Which is the variety, Which is the variety of brinjal? It is Pusa Kranti. Option B. Varieties thoda important hote. You have to concentrate on the major varieties which is released by the major institutions. The principle of equi-marginal returns is applied when the resources are limited. Option D. The agroclimatic zones in which India is divided are option B, 15. The most effective phosphatic fertilizer for the crops in acidic soil is option B, it is rock phosphate. Which disease is commonly found in jowar fields? It is tubers. Option B. Foundation seed is produced from option B, breeder seeds. इसमें एक ना एक क्वेश्चन इधर सर्टिफिकेशन टैग पे हो और else these kind of seeds, definitely one or the other question will be there. Which of the following elements is not essential element of plant but proves to be beneficial for some? It is option C, sodium. Asepsis is nothing but option A, cleaning and grading of fruits and vegetables. Whatever the things, bacteria is there, it will be killed. So that is why it is called asepsis. Preservation of squash is the chemical used is potassium metabisulfate. In Integrated pest management refers to use of zero pesticides, use of zero tillage, and also the zero fertilizers. So all of the above can be used in order to manage this judiciously. Dissemination of plant pathogens takes place only by, it takes place by wind, water, soil and insects, all of the above. That is option D. Milk fever in cows occurs due to the lack of calcium, option B. The crops which grows in alluvial soils and needs 150 centimeter rainfall is option B, that is rice. Which of the following disease attacks the wheat crop? It is option C, Ticca disease. Rust. You may be knowing the most common disease of wheat is wheat rust. Seed can best be preserved in cool and dry condition. I think this question has been repeated. Spoilage of food material is prevented in cold storage due to option B, reduced enzyme activity in microbes as well as food articles. That is, spoilage of food material is prevented in cold storage due to the reduced enzyme activity. Definitely, it is option B. During daytime, the green plants show the ratio of carbon dioxide consumption and oxygen production is of, it is option C, that is 10:1. Which of the following is a weedicide? It is option D, 2,4-D. From here, most of the questions are mathematical based. I have tried to tell the answer because explanation could not be tell in this video because we won't be having that thing to show. So you better see the question and search the solution in YouTube. If the units of length, mass and force are chosen as fundamental units, the dimensions of time would be option C. Then, a block of mass 2 kg is placed on the floor. The coefficient of static friction is 0.4. If a force of 2.8 Newton is applied on the block parallel to the floor, the force of friction between the block and floor is, the option is 2.8 because it is static friction, so it will be the same. Okay. A heavy truck moving with a velocity of 60 km per hour collides with a light drum at rest. If the collision be elastic, then the velocity of drum immediately after collision will be, I think you may be knowing this, option C, 120 km per hour. I think they have given the word elastic. Maybe because of that, the option C may be the correct. It travels to and fro. No? A cyclist is moving in a circular track of radius 80 meter with a velocity of 36 km per hour. He has to lean from a vertical approximately through an angle. So the answer for this is tan inverse 1/8. A satellite is in orbit around the Earth. If its kinetic energy is doubled, then definitely it will escape out of Earth's gravitational field. Option D. The light of two different frequencies whose photons have energy of 1 electric volt and 2.5 electron volt respectively illuminate a metallic surface whose work function is 0.5 electron volt successfully. The ratio of maximum speed of emitted electrons will be option A, 1:2. 2, 4 and the 6s are the conductances of 3 conductors. When they are joined in parallel, their equivalent conductance will be option A, that is 12s. Two parallel long wires A and B carry currents I1 and I2. When I1 and I2 are in same direction, The magnetic field at a point midway between the wires is 10 millitesla. I think magnetic field will be measured in Tesla. If I2 is reverse the field or becomes 30 millitesla, the ratio of I1 and I2 is option B 2. The instantaneous angular position of a point on rotating wheel is given by the equation Q of t is equal to 2 t cube minus 6t square. The torque on the wheel becomes 0 at, I think, at 1 second. T equals to 1 second. The length of deviation from the glass prism is equal to its reflecting angle. The refractive index of the glass is 1.5. Then the angle of the prism is option A 2 cos inverse 3 by 4. A steel wire with cross section 3 cm square has elastic limit 2.4 into 10 power 8 n meter square. The maximum upward acceleration that can be given to a 1200 kg elevator supported by its cable wire if the stress is not to exceed 1/3 of the elastic limit is option B 10 meter per second square. A particle moves in a circle of radius 5 cm with a constant speed and time period is 0.2 per second. The acceleration of the particle is option C, that is 5 meter per second square. A bottle weighing 200 grams of area of cross section 50 cm square and the height is 4 cm oscillates on the surface of water in a vertical position. Its frequency of oscillation is option B 2.5 Hertz. This symbolic representation of 4 logic gates, you have to look into this in YouTube because it cannot be told in this particular video because we can't draw and show here. So try to look at the question and check out in specific YouTube channels. Okay. Which is the bactericidal antibiotic? It is option A, penicillin. Monomers of nylon 2 and nylon 6 are, it is option A, glycine and aminocaproic acid. A forms HCP lattice and B are occupying 1/3 of a tetrahedral voids, then the formula of the compound is option B, A3B2. All these are second, that is 12th standard, 11th standard syllabus. So whenever you are trying to prepare for this, try to be quite good at 12th and 11th. When glycerol is treated with excess of hydrogen iodide, it produces option A 2-iodopropane. Rhombic sulfur dissolves best in. It dissolves best in option A, that is CS2. Then KMnO4 in alkaline medium changes to option B, MnO2. The least coordination number is shown by option A, CO2 into CO to the base 8. Enrichment of uranium 235 is done by option B, CIF3. Which halogen forms only one oxo acid? That is option A, fluoride. Which is correct regarding the size of atom? It is option B, that is boron is less than Ne. Which is the correct regarding acidity? It is H2S is less acidic than H2SE. The slag formed in basic blast furnace removes the impurity of option A, silicon dioxide, SiO2, option A. When carbon dioxide is passing through the solution of sodium aluminate precipitate, of which compound is formed? It is option A, aluminium hydroxide, AlOH thrice. Purification of colloids is done by, it is option A, dialysis. Option A, dialysis. Which does not give Cannizzaro reaction? It is option D, PHCH2CHO. Which is the longest phase of cell cycle? It is definitely interphase. The total number of biodiversity hotspots in the world are option B, 34. Which of the following occurs due to monosomy of sex chromosome? It is option B, Turner syndrome. During menstrual cycle, levels of LH and estrogen are highest around option A, 14th day. Which of the given genera is homosporous? It is option D, it is Lycopodium. Which of the following are a group of micronutrients for plants? It is option A, iron, manganese, copper, molybdenum and zinc. Here comes the match the following again. Marginal placentation, axial, partial, basal. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is marginal placentation. It is P. Axial placentation, it is lemon. Parietal placentation, it is option 2, mustard, and basal placentation, it is sunflower. So if it is fast, try to pause the video and check out the answer. Soma clones are prepared by option C, micropropagation. Plants do not get benefit from, I think, carbon dioxide. Yeah, no, ozone in the air. If there is ozone in the air, it cannot able to convert it. So option D. Vernalization is subjected to the plants growing in option C, temperate areas. The phenomenon that operates in the formation of root or shoot in a callus culture is through differentiation. Option A. Which of the following genes do not occur naturally in living organisms? It is option D, that is endogenous cytoplasmic defense gene. It is not occurring naturally in a living organism. DNA and RNA comprise of option A, sugar, phosphate and base. Choose the correct pair. It is honeybee and rotifers. It is through parthenogenesis. Which of the following associations show mutualism? It is option A, fig and wasp. Select the incorrect statement. So it is liverfuge has a complete alimentary canal. It is incorrect statement. How many haploid nuclei are present in mature pollen grain? It is option B, 2. In cloning of cattle, a fertilized egg is taken out of mother's womb and in the 8th cell stage, the cells are separated and cultured until small embryos are formed which are implanted into the womb of other cows. Option A. Select the correct pair of microorganism and the product obtained from it. They are asking for the correct pair. So it is option C. Streptococcus produces streptokinase, which is used to remove the clots. Choose the correctly matched pair from the following. It is option A. Gonorrhea and hepatitis B is sexually transmitted diseases. Samitwa scheme, which was seen in news recently, is a new initiative of which union ministry? It is from Ministry of Panchayat Raj. As per the recent estimate of India Rating and Research, what would be the expected physical deficit in the cause of no stimulus measure from government? It is 4.4%, option D. Which IT firm of India has launched an online self-certificate course for frontline health workers named Corona Warriors? It is option B, Tata Consultancy Services. Which rating agency recently estimated that total loss for India due to the lockdown would be rupees 10 lakh crores, or it is almost 7,000 per person in 2021? It is option A, CRISIL. Which Indian has featured in the top 20 global leaders of medicine marker power list 2020? It is option B, Kiran Mazumdar Shah. Where is the headquarters of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, located in? Option C, it is France. The stop the pandemic and safety and health at work can save lives is this year's theme campaign of which day? This is celebrated on 28th April every year. It is the World Day for Safety and Health at Work. It is option B. Bounce Back Loan Scheme is the initiative of which country aimed at assisting small business amidst in the COVID-19 pandemic? It is from United Kingdom. Option B. Which global company's single radio access network solution to be implemented across India in context with its recent partnership with Bharti Airtel? It is option B, Nokia. KRIBHCO, which was seen in news recently, is a robot developed in the government hospital of which state? It is option B, Kerala. What is the term of office of Vigilance Commissioner in Central Vigilance Commission? It is option D, 4 years. Which country is the largest borrower of Asian Development Bank as of 2020? It is India. Option B. Which rating agency estimated that India would grow at 0.2% in 2021, which is the lowest ever estimated done for the country after the COVID-19 pandemic? It is done by B, Moody's Investor Services. Which India private sector will hold 30% of the stake in Maximum Life Insurance in its joint venture with Max Financial Services? It is option C, Axis Bank. Which country is the chair of 5-membered BRICS bloc for the year 2020? It is Russia. Option B. Petersburg Dialogue, which was seen in news recently, is associated with which field? It is climate action. Option B. After failing to pay the host fee, which country lost the hosting rights of 2021 Men's World Boxing Championship? It is India. Option B. As per the recent study of the National Institute of Biomedical Genomics, the novel coronavirus has mutated into how many different types? It is option C, 10 different types. It has changed like 10 times it has been mutated. An international commission named USCIRF, which was seen in news recently, is headquartered in which city? It is Washington, D.C. Which Indian state has introduced a scheme to levy COVID-19 cess for diesel, petrol, motor spirit? It is option D, Nagaland. The Kaveri Management Authority was constituted to address dispute over water sharing among how many states or union territories? It is option C, 4. As of 2020, which state has provided employment to the highest number of laborers under the MG scheme? It is from option C, Chhattisgarh. Option C, Chhattisgarh. T.S. Tirumurthy, who was seen in the news recently, has been appointed as the next permanent representative of India to which global organization? It is to United Nations, UN. Option B. The international energy countries. Okay. The international energy agencies announced that lockdown in India has led to 30% fall in the country's energy demand. Where is the headquarters of IAE located? It is in Paris. The task force on NIP recently submitted their report to the Union Finance Minister. What does I stand for in NIP? It is option B, infrastructure. The Asian Development Bank has financed South Asia's first loan under its results-based lending modality. To which country? It is option C. It is India. According to the Open Budget Survey conducted by International Budget Partnership, what is the rank of India in terms of budget transparency and accountability? It is option A, 53. 53rd rank में हैं हम. The United States has placed 10 countries including India on priority watch list pertaining to which issues? It is option B, intellectual property framework. Option B. Kovilpatti Kadalai Mitti has been granted the geographical indication tag. In which state is this Kovilpatti located? It is in Tamil Nadu. Option B. COVID-19 and the World of Work is the title of the report recently released by which international organization? The title itself telling work, so it is International Labour Organization. What is the name of the program on health and risk communication focusing on COVID-19 launched by National Council for Science and Technology Communication? It is option B, YASH. The Project Monitoring Unit, which was recently launched by the government, is associated with which industry? It is option C, coal industry. The Reserve Bank of India recently extended the benefits under the SLFMF, that is scheme for this majorly for mutual funds. What does MF stands for in this scheme? It is option B, mutual funds. How many core sectors are considered while measuring the output of industries for ICI in India? It is option B, 8. Which country announced to provide $3 million assistance to India through its Partnership for Affordable Healthcare Access and Longevity PAHAL project? It is option B, yeah, United States. Veteran Indian personality Chuni Goswami, who recently passed away, was associated with which sports? He is from football background. Who has recently assumed charge as the next Economic Affairs Secretary after superannuation of Atanu Chakrabarti? It is option B, Tarun Bajaj. What is the name of famous author and historian known for chronicling Delhi who passed away recently? It is option B, Ronald Bevan Smith. According to the recent survey conducted by the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, which state recorded the highest unemployment rate in April 2020? It is option B, Tamil Nadu. Which is the first state to bring its migrant laborers after lockdown through special Shramik trains runs by Ministry of Railways? It is by Jharkhand. Option A. When is the World Toilet Day observed? It is option B, 19th November. Which Indian state shared the longest land border with Bhutan? It is option A, Assam. Which of the following countries is not larger than India in terms of geographical area? It is obviously option D, Indonesia. India shares land borders with how many countries? It is option B, 7. Which of the following straits connects Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean? It is option B, Strait of Gibraltar. Option B. Which of the following countries does not share its border with the Black Sea? It is option C, Belarus. Which of the following was the first planet in the solar system to be visited by spacecraft? It is Venus. Option B. Which of the following is most commonly used chemical for ripening of mangoes in India? It is option D, calcium carbide. Then here comes the final questions. Thin lamination is used in a transformer to reduce option A, eddy current losses. Which of the following is not present in animal cells? Yeah, it is the cell walls. Option A. सो फ्रेंड्स, आई होप कि वीडियो आपके लिए यूजफुल रही होगी. अगर आपको इस वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब, लाइक एंड ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक ये शेयर कर दीजिए. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay happy and always keep learning. Thank you.